yeah, I mean, I do agree that it would be best if there were no non-human animals, if they could just be phased out peacefully. But that's very different from saying that we should go out and kill them, or that we should advocate for that. Because again, that comes down to the pragmatic issue that this is something that people would react very negatively to, and that they would just, yeah, basically we would antagonize people and push them away.
Yes, people can understand that, you know, you have to bite the bullet, and you're not talking about doing anything unnecessary, nothing gratuitous. No one goes out and hunts the animals and has fun shooting them or any of these kind of silly scenarios. It's a sad fact, okay, and you deal with the sad fact. Like I said, you catch a feral cat and you humanely put it to sleep. You don't cut its nuts off and throw it back in the wild. I mean, it's cruel. It's counterproductive. The solution is to fix the problem, and the solutions require some sacrifice. Sometimes you have to break some eggs to make an omelet kind of argument that, yes, it isn't pretty, it isn't great, but this is what you're going to have to do to stop the infestation.
If I can ask, I mean, what is the alternative? I mean, if what Inmendham is saying is that the putting nature in hospice, essentially, the euthanasia road to alleviating wild animal suffering, if that is so reprehensible, what is exactly the alternative? And that is something that very few people have really put forth. I mean, what exactly is the alternative? What is the other solution that would not include that? And what if that is the only possible solution?
I think there is a very real risk that we will make our prospects worse when it comes to reducing suffering in these other future scenarios that I, again, would argue that we should take very seriously.
I would agree with you that the optics of it are not great and it's a problem, but I also fear that if we put that above what the only solution might be, we may miss our only opportunity of actually being able to do something real about it.
I would argue that it's just extremely unlikely that people are ever going to decide to do something about it on a large scale, and especially of that kind of nature. That is, I mean, so altruistic actions where we try to reduce wild animal suffering by, basically by extermination. I think that's extremely unlikely.
Life can be harsh, brutal, and unnecessarily harmful. That's a horrible circumstance, and yes, clean it up. It's just not practical to do it any other way than as quickly and as painlessly as possible, and this is the only choice. We have to say it's enough. This cat had enough fun, the game's over. It's going to die anyway. It doesn't have anything to do. It doesn't need to live so it can cure cancer. You can't justify its existence because it's going to protect the universe from sentient life. No, the feral cat isn't going to do any of those things. So there's absolutely no reason to continue its existence if you can just put it to sleep while it's already asleep. Let's just kill it while it's asleep, and now it'll never even know anything happened. It can't possibly be defined as a harm. There's no way I could be harmed if I drop dead in my sleep. I mean, if Portugal blew up tomorrow, if a black hole hit the Earth and Portugal got sucked into it and was gone, it just didn't exist anymore, would I be a horrible person if I said, gee, I couldn't care less? I couldn't care less about this stupid human equation. So it is such a small fraction of the sentient torture taking place on Earth that I could not care less.